George Washington, probably a few things come to mind, right?
Absolutely. War hero.
Sure.
First president. Wooden teeth.
Yeah.
Cherry tree, dollar bill. But a new book wants to challenge some of your assumptions. Local author changing the way you think. Becoming George Washington sheds light on the founding fathers' early years. And we're happy to have author Stephen Yuk joining us now. Stephen, thanks for coming in.
It's great to be here. Thanks a lot.
So this book is a historical novel, which means you spent a lot of time doing the research, so the story rings true.
Yeah, it's a novel, so you get to hear what George thinks and what he says, but there's a lot of research in it, so I think it's a historical novel with sort of an emphasis on historical.
Yeah.
So the facts are there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Washington in his early years. He might not be the person we were expecting.
Yeah, you know, he, first of all, he had a really hard life, and he made some compromises. The cherry tree story, I cannot tell a lie, is not true. That is a lie.
Yeah.
But he sometimes stretched the truth were kind of necessity, because at the end of the day, he didn't want to back on the farm with his mom. He wanted to move on with his life, and so yeah, he did tell a lie.
What was maybe your favorite thing or the most surprising thing that you learned?
I think the most surprising thing was that, you know, we see him as this august, mature guy during the Revolution, but he was this young, insecure guy without a father. His dad died when he was 11. He had a very inadequate education. He had a horrible mother, and he had a really hard life. And yet, he matured over the course of my book by the time he's done, he's the indispensable founding father. He's a guy ready to lead a revolution 20 years later. So it was but the hardness of his life was what really surprised me.
He had affairs.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
You knew I was going to go for
Yeah, I knew you had to
get right into it.
The thing about, first of all, I greatly like and respect him. I think everybody can tell that. But he was a really passionate young man, and he fell in love with his friend's wife. Almost all historians agree about that. Her name was Sally Fairfax. Most historians agree she loved him. My book's a historical fiction. Remember, historical and fiction?
Yeah.
I get to write about that affair. In the back of my book, you can hear what all the nonfiction authors say. But it's a really sweet and kind of wonderful dalliance that I think he had before
Sweet,
Martha.
wonderful affair.
Before Martha. I just want to say this
his
is before.
His friend's wife.
I know.
That's
okay.
sweet and wonderful.
It's not ideal, but you know, but it's all before Martha. So
let's quickly touch on the action hero side of him. One of our coworkers referred to George Washington as Iron Man back in the day.
Yeah.
That's about right, isn't it?
You know, it's amazing. Actually, great catch. My original title was George Washington Action Hero. Yeah. So you're right on, Jason. He had horses shot out from under him. He fought the French. He fought the Indians. He's not the stiff dollar bill dude we see, right? He was a young, really vibrant young man. He was a big strapping kid. He was 6'3", 220, big guy. Wow. So yeah, he was very different than the guy we see on the dollar bill. Really an exciting guy.
Well, great stuff. Pick up the book, Becoming George Washington. Stephen Yuk, thanks for being with us.
It was great. Thank you very much.